Hello there. Am I wearing my new shirt? No, I'm not. I'm wearing the same old shirt. Okay, we had a lot of fun in live stream actually. This is my last of my blue gator hide. This came off of a monster alligator. I've used up all the hide. It's like 26 feet long. Blue alligator. That's all I got left. Blue alligator hide. I didn't want to go to Florida recently. That was my parents' house, and I was trying to recover up the second trip, all the damage that was done from the hurricane. And it was not a trip that I really could have gone to, but I mean, my mother couldn't travel alone. Needs someone to do a lot of stuff for her, so that's the reason why I went down there. I probably might catch hell for this video. If not, I at least have consolation in the fact that I'm being perfectly honest in it. By the way, have you seen the bank failures? The SVB, the Silicon Valley Bank? I've been watching all of that. And the people were actually knocking on the door to try to get their funds out. There's a genuine run on the bank, and the bank literally called the cops on the people, and there's a huge issue. Type in Wells Fargo. A lot of people, their deposits are not showing up in their bank, which is really squirrely. I think it's called First Republic Bank. Everybody has great fears of their collapse, so I guess we'll know on Monday about that or sometime next week. It's kind of spooky. That's like one of the worst possible signs, is run on the bank. I hope I don't catch hell on this video. Everybody has tribulations in life. I mean, I'm still above ground. I don't have cancer, and I have a roof over my head, so I'm extremely grateful. And that's actually, I've told people to do that, so I just experiment with it once or twice, is that wake up and think about a few things, you know, quietly or out loud that you're grateful for, and it makes the day a whole lot better. I do read all the comments because I personally find, and I don't like how other YouTubers, you know, treat people or, you know, take their viewers for granted. I mean, people will post comments, and I know they're not reading them. I mean, most of them are not. And it's hard after there's a lot of comments to read that many, but I mean, it will take many, many hours. I find it incredibly disrespectful for someone to leave you a comment, even if it's a horrible comment, to not read the comment. And I can take criticism. And criticism has to be valid and demonstrable. You know, if somebody just says something awful, it's like, well, you know, they're having a bad day. Who cares? You know, it doesn't affect me. But, you know, if they say something, then I will listen. I kind of, unfortunately, admit a fault on this, that I was wearing, like, sleeveless hoodies on live stream. And when you have hundreds of people watching you, and I know they are, I was not consciously aware of it, thinking, but I had a couple negative comments, like, you know, don't dress like that for live. So, like, you know, I will take criticism, you know, as it comes and register it, and I don't think I'm ever going to wear another sleeveless hoodie in live stream. I took that and evaluated it and processed it in my head, and I consider that constructive criticism to be valid. So, but I do read all comments. I was on like a 2-hour phone call today with a person that wanted to call me, and I do listen. And we had a lot of fun, kind of laughing and whatnot in live stream. Things have gotten tough for everybody recently. I spent the past few days while I've been absent preparing taxes. My tax guy is a wonderful guy, actually. He's a much older fellow, and he worked for the IRS for 40 years. He did my taxes, and he said I didn't have many deductions. And so, including his fee, which was a few $100s, the IRS got me for $8,000. Yes, $8,000. So I was not expecting that. It was basically $2,000 higher than I was expecting. But that's just life. That's just life. I actually called my neighbor about, I have between 6 and 12 walnut trees, and see if he'd be interested. And he mentioned interested in harvesting them so I could make up the shortfall, but he broke his ankle. Mr. Smiley, yeah, that's his name, Mr. Smiley, broke his ankle on, I think, a cat bulldozer. He broke it somehow. He broke his ankle, so I have no opportunity of getting anything from him on selling some walnut trees on my land. And kind of everything hits at once. I'm grateful for anybody who has ever or would ever make a donation. Even $1 helps a lot. And if I catch flack over this video, at least I know I was honest and heartfelt in saying it. I listen to people. I just got done making a video on electroculture, which actually I know a lot of the aspects about electroculture. I haven't uploaded the electroculture video yet, but I listen to people on viewer requests or whatever they want me to do or do not discuss about. It's like, yeah, you made too many videos on this, don't make videos on that. So I do listen. I don't want to get to the point where I have to sell off the only thing that I have, which I basically sold everything in this house for. And that's the reason why I guess my taxes are so high, is that I took a major loss on certain things in the past because I was selling things, and I was selling it really, really, really cheap relative to what I paid for it. And those were a bit of deductions, but I didn't have hardly any deductions this year, which I'm not aware of because I'm not a tax guy. But any donation is always warmly welcome, and I greatly appreciate it. That's not the main intent of this video, but if, like I said, since I do read every comment, anything that you'd like me to do or not do, because I took constructive criticism on the live stream attire. I guess I'd get too comfortable because I'm sitting there. Usually my live streams now have been extended out. Used to be for an hour and a half. And then they moved out to 2 hours. But I had such fun talking with you all, and you all had fun with talking with me. At least that's how I received the feedback. Then my live streams now average between right around 3 hours now. So I do those 3 times a week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And the things that I actually hear from you, since I do read every comment, is that when I make videos about like what's going on, people really appreciate that. And the thing I keep hearing from a lot of people, meaning you all, is that people would say something to the effect, different ways but the same thing, like, thanks for making me feel, paraphrasing here, thanks for making me feel like I'm not crazy. I thought this was going on. And reading other comments below in the video, and not only the video that I made, but the comments also, I see tons of other people feel the same thing. These are the things you're not discussing with your family or your friends or your folks at work, to be sure. It's like, I knew this is going on and I thought I was nuts, but I know you're not nuts. You're a hyper rational, logical guy, meaning me, but also too tons of people in the comments. So that's mutually beneficial for a lot of people, especially if it calms somebody down and it makes them feel more at ease about the nuttiness that's going on in this world. And it's beyond the nuttiness, of course. I could say tyranny, but I'm trying to be light and fluffy in this video. I find it, and I will take positive criticism. It's constructive criticism, and I'll evaluate criticism. Any idea that I am in any way, because those videos are not even monetized. The videos like what's going on now, I'm not making a single dime. I love reading the comments underneath those videos because people in other countries will tell me what's going on, and I'll actually take it in and I'll check it out. And I'll get tons of information from the Dutch, Germany, stuff that never makes the news. You'll read the comments, I'll read the comments. I love reading those comments. But any idea that I am any way engaging in any type of, making people afraid. I have never intentionally or had the thought of, ooh, how can I make a bunch of people watch this video, like rile them. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that are like that. I swear to goodness, their videos are, everything is like a catastrophe. Oh, the world's going to end next week. It's like every video is like that. It's just ridiculous. Don't people get tired of that? I mean, it's just absolute baloney. They could be right about a video, just like a broken clock is right twice a day, but I never have any thought or any intention to ever make a video like that. It's anything I'm talking about like, oh, this is horrible, this is what's going on now, like I was recently talking about the Dutch farmers. I don't want to, there's a word, it's called catastrophizing. I have no interest in catastrophizing or making anybody afraid. I never ever want anybody to feel that way. Being informed is way better than being uninformed. Like having your head on a swivel like those meerkats in Africa that stand up on their feet and are always looking around like what the hell's going on, Their eyes like a lighthouse light, which is constantly doing this number. That's a good thing. We call that situational awareness. As a former concealed carry instructor, DOCJT, Department of Criminal Justice Training, this is one of the top things that you gotta have situational awareness. Yeah. You might be the best at defending yourself, but if you're like whistling Dixie, with your head staring up at the clouds while you're in the parking lot, like, You don't see, someone sneaking up behind you with a lead iron in their hand, ready to smack you across bad situational awareness. So I'm interested in being aware and wise, facts, logic, and wisdom, not trying to ever. I don't really receive many comments like that, but I find that irksome, and I've evaluated that criticism, and demonstrably can say that criticism is invalid. Anyway, I will shut up and stop flapping my lips so much, but I think things have been like leather work. I've asked a lot of people because I used to do a lot of leather work, and now it has all completely died because everybody is, suffering. Same way I am. Well, I'll tell you, I am the same way, and I appreciate any donation that you're willing to make towards my way at all. You don't have to do anything, but I greatly appreciate it if you, even if it's $1, even if it's nothing, even if it's a nice word. Since I read every comment, even that is appreciated. So that's what I wanted to say in this video. If I catch flack for this, that's perfectly fine too, but at least I'm being honest and forthright about it. But thank you so very much. Lux Veritas, and life is short. I'm not interested in anybody being afraid, including myself. It's full of all sorts of tribulations, and we're judged by how we handle things and what we understand about this world, and that's really what's important. All the most important things in life are not things that are not points of commerce. Love, empathy, friendship, all these important things that we're constantly society tries to defocus us from it. We're supposed to concentrate on unimportant things. We come into this world with nothing and we leave it with nothing, and that's of real importance. It's the important stuff that nobody talks about hardly anymore. Certainly not on, I don't watch TikTok, but certainly don't talk about it on Instagram. I love searching for news on Instagram. Not that there's a lot of it, but there certainly is some. So thank you very much if you've ever made a donation, and thank you if you plan on making one. Nobody has to do anything, but thank you. And have a lovely weekend. I'd like to get out in nature and do some grounding, walk around. I think it's a little too cold. I would like to walk around on my bare feet on the dirt somewhere. I'd love to walk in the creek. It's too cold for that still. Oh well, thank you. Goodbye.